I don't know if everyone is given an earthly mission before they're born, but what if Jesus gave you a mission and you forgot it? Today we'll hear from Peter, who forgot his mission until it was too late. I'm up again before dawn to meet with the Spirit and share their stories. The spirit world I see this morning seems to be in some commotion. Theodore, my assistant, comes, but even he is frazzled in an unusual way. I've never seen him frazzled. Catherine, a spirit I've previously met with, returns. We talk a little, and she asks me what my world is like, since she was from a couple hundred years ago. As I'm explaining things to her, she changes into a dark spirit and she attacks me. She lunges across the desk. I deflect and she is on the ground. She is skinny, on all fours, looking more like a dog than a human, and yet she is still in human shape. I call for my warriors to come help. And before she leaves, this dark spirit threatens me. She tells me that they will destroy me. Theodore comes, this time the real one. I can tell now it's him by his personality, and he gives me a way to know the true him from a counterfeit. And I wasn't going to share this part of the story, but I realized that it's important to share this as well. This is one of the reasons why people who see spirits tend to not want to get involved with it. But even if you aren't seeing spirits, evil is real and it is going to oppose you and to try to shut you down when you're sharing goodness and light. I am living my true mission in life. I am here to share the gospel and to teach others about Jesus Christ and help them create the life they want for themselves. And there are many times that I have encountered evil in the spirit world trying to dissuade or interfere with me doing my work. But we can always overcome that. When we seek to do God's will and when we seek after light, we will have the resistance, but we will also always have love and support. So remember that you just need to ask for help. So Theodore comes to my side again as a man rushes up to meet me. He's out of breath and in a hurry. "I want to tell my story," he says. His name is Peter. He is wearing jeans and a gray t-shirt. And I've learned that, generally speaking, people appear dressed according to the time period in which they lived, in whatever clothing they normally would have worn here on Earth. And I wonder if it's what they were wearing when they died. In this case, Peter was an adventurer. He liked to take risks. He did not understand the importance of his body. He just wanted the thrill. He said that he had been in many accidents, hiking, mountain climbing, four-wheeling, those type of activities. And Peter says, "Nature is a bitch." Well, her laws are exact, I say in return, and he does not appreciate that comment. So Peter continues his story. "One day, I was out mountain biking with my friends. I wasn't new to the sport, of course, and I didn't even die mountain biking, actually. I had a heart attack, of all things. When I arrived here, it was like I was waking up from sleep. It was quite pleasant. I see 3 or 4 spirits dressed in white who greet Peter in the spirit world. I was met by some of my acquaintances, but they looked funny. They were wearing white robes and they had a glow about them. It felt really peaceful. I hadn't thought much about heaven, but this felt really good. They had to tell me what happened and how I ended up here. When I looked around, I was surrounded by these people in white. They were everywhere. It kind of freaked me out. It was almost too much light. My friends noticed this, and we went somewhere else to talk. I felt more calm. As we talked, I became aware of another presence that started to appear behind me. It was bigger and brighter than my friends were. Also more colorful, and it sang. It was the most beautiful thing I had ever seen or felt. I couldn't help myself, and I started to cry. A hand rested on my shoulder, and I turned. Immediately, I knew it was Jesus. I fell into his arms and cried like a child. I remembered who he was now, and I felt shame because I had forgotten about him in my life. A memory came to mind. I was a little child, probably 3 or 4, at my grandma's house. She was always so good to me. She was showing me a picture of Christ and telling me about him. For some reason, those experiences didn't continue, and I didn't learn of Christ. But now everything came flooding back. I remembered who I was before I was born. I remember what I was given to do on the earth. I saw how Satan had obscured these memories by enticing me with all of the activities I loved so much. They drowned out my feelings so that I couldn't perceive my heart talking to me, the Spirit trying to cut through the noise and remind me. I felt so much sorrow, and I just cried and cried. Finally, I stopped crying. Jesus was still holding me. I looked at him and told him I was sorry and asked if he would forgive me. The look he gave me was the most tender look. The vision and the story fades from me, and I hear, "The rest is not for you to see." This story, this meeting is different from all of the other ones I have had. This is the only time so far I have seen a spirit and his encounter with Christ. It's also the only time I have seen someone who has died and immediately gone into spirit paradise and not understood where he was. I don't completely understand that. It doesn't fit into clearly all the things that we know to be true from the gospel as we understand it in the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. But what I do know is that more so than having our ordinances performed, more so than the importance of being baptized, is the importance of becoming a new creature in Christ and having him in our hearts, because that's what truly transforms us. And Peter, this man, obviously was a very valiant spirit. He was given this mission from Christ. And as he says, he became past feeling, and he wasn't able to feel the Spirit in his heart and to feel Christ communicating with him. And this is very, very important, especially in our world today that is so noisy. We need to have softened hearts. We need to have time and quiet, and we need to be able to listen to the still small voice. Christ loves you. He loves each of us. He knows who you are, and you matter to him. And you matter right here, right now, today on earth. You may or may not have a specific work to do, but if nothing else, I know that we all have the work and the calling of being disciples of Christ and of sharing his light with others. If you take the time to find that peace and quiet, you can connect with the Spirit and you will know what is important for you to do. It is not a coincidence that you are here at this time. And the more we can hear our Spirit and soften our hearts, the more that God can guide and direct us. Next time, you will learn why God made you and the earth. It has to do with laws and a sandbox. You'll also learn about your ultimate purpose and the critical nature of making decisions from my conversations with two trees. If you enjoyed this, join my free community where we talk about the gospel, the spirit world, and creating a life of purpose and joy. Go to drjenbessire.com/group.